Expand your mind and enrich your world. It's time for another outstanding podcast from ICRT.
On top of the typhoon, this was a weekend for Taiwan's dads, with the island celebrating Father's Day on Saturday. And while, of course, it is important for all of us to honor the dads in our lives, one child welfare group is raising some warnings about fathering in Taiwan. The Child Welfare League Foundation says that according to a recent survey it conducted, many fathers in Taiwan just aren't involved enough in the lives of their children. The group points out that many fathers come home late, miss opportunities to talk to their kids and get to know them, and seldom participate in their children's school activities. So, sorry to do this to you Taiwan's fathers, so close to your day, but today on the show, we're speaking to the foundation to hear their take on fathering in Taiwan and what could be done to get fathers more involved in the lives of their children. I spoke recently with Ini Huang, one of the researchers for the group. Ini Huang, thanks so much for speaking with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
So your organization is raising some red flags about the fathers in Taiwan, and I think that your survey points to some of the areas that we should be a little bit concerned about. Now, of course, you're one of the researchers that worked on this, so just in your view, could you tell us what you think are the key findings of this research?
Okay, so basically, there are three warning messages that draw our attention regarding to the interactive relationships between dad and kids in Taiwan. So the three warning messages, the first one is they don't talk a lot. So we found that more than half of the children say that they spend less than half an hour a day talking to their dad. So about 6.4% of the children say that they might not even say a single word to their dad in a day.
Wow, so those kids are probably the ones that you're most concerned about because they're having almost no contact with their fathers.
Exactly, and that's pretty serious. And we think that's, the parents should be aware of this. And the second one is the dad usually go back late at night, and it's usually after dinner time. Most of the fathers in Taiwan work till late night, so they are unable to spend time with their kids. And more than a quarter of the children say that, in average, they have dinner with their father for less than 3 times a week.
So their fathers almost end up being kind of strangers in the household. They're seeing them less than they probably see some of their friends.
Yeah, true. When a father becomes a stranger, it's not good. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And that kind of leads to the next question I wanted to ask you. Why were these the areas that you decided to focus on? Why are these areas that are really important for a dad to be thinking about?
Because, last year we did a survey about how the parents take leave from work when their children are sick. And we found that moms take more leave than dad, to take care of their children. And so I think the fathers should be offered more, time to take care of their children when they are sick or when they need them.
Okay, well, then what would you say is behind these findings? Why do you think dads are having a hard time here?
So many dads in Taiwan often work overtime, and it is common that dads are stressed out after they finish their work, and perhaps they have no energy or mood to spend time with their kids. It may not be the matter of fathers believe they are only responsible for providing for the family, because mothers are sharing the responsibility now. Most of the families in Taiwan are dual-income family, and in fact, in our study, we found that dad and mom finish their work roughly at the same time.
So when you're looking at the causes of this, does it just based on the data that you have, is it really just a matter of, dads are stressed out by their job, they're working too hard? Is that the only factor?
Well, there's something more about dads in Taiwan. Generally, dads are pretty, shy. They don't really share their worries, their thoughts with their kids. So that, I think, they keep a like a distance with their kids, so that they can't really talk like, the dads can't really talk to their kids like, they talk to their friends. So I think that's one of the cultural differences in Taiwan, and we should change the attitude. The dad should change the attitude. So in order to get closer to kids.
And do you think that has anything to do with the way that fatherhood is thought of in Taiwan? Maybe that's just not their role, to be really close and open with their children?
I think there's still a stereotype that should be really calm, and then they are really strong and things.
What do you think that dads in Taiwan would be uncomfortable? Maybe opening up too much with their kids?
The point is they don't. Yeah. So that no one knows their worry. So no one knows their thoughts. So that's why that's maybe one of the reasons that why dad is always stressed about their work. I think
because they have nobody to open up to.
Yeah.
And when you look at these numbers, I mean, we all know about the fact that wages in Taiwan are staying about the same, but prices are going up and up every year. Does the situation look like it's getting worse for fathers, or has that stayed about the same?
According to our past few years, the research in past few years, we found it's still staying the same. So it means there is no improvement. When we propose that fathers should spend more time with kids or parents should spend more time with kids, and it still stayed the same. So I think that's the thing that, everyone should focus on.
And okay, so when fathers see this kind of survey, what do you think that they should take away from it? How should they respond?
Well, it is understandable that fathers are stressed out after finish their work, and perhaps they have no energy or mood to spend time with their kids, as I mentioned before. One suggestion for all the fathers can be that they can get their kids to like what they are good at or what they like to do, such as hiking, watching movie, playing chess, etc. So in this way, that can relax and do something they like and spend time with their kids at the same time.
So it sounds like what you're saying is it's really about common interests.
Yeah, we think this is the better way of, making both happy.
And your organization actually has a couple of specific recommendations, is that right?
Yeah. So when we asked children what, characteristics to make a perfect dad, we found that their expectation is pretty, straightforward and simple. So for example, like take me out more often, don't smoke too much, and spend more time talking to me.
So kids are really worried about the smoking.
Yeah, because, I know Taiwanese dads smoke a lot. I think maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that could be annoying if you're a kid.
Yeah. So therefore, we propose a 3-3-3 activity for being a perfect dad. So the 3-3-3 activity is, the first tip is talk to their children at least for 30 minutes a day. And the second tip is have dinner with their children for at least 3 times a week. And the third tip is take part in children's school activities for at least 3 times a year. And this is, the activity we think it might improve, the interactive relationships between dads and children.
All right. So these are the steps that you're hoping to see dads take to, participate more in their kids' lives. But if their challenge is that they're working too hard and they're too busy, how can they really change that? Do they need to shift their priorities? Do they need to change their job? I don't know. What do you recommend?
I think, first of all, they should, balance their work and family life. And in order to do that, they have to know, maybe they just work for 8 hours a day or something, and then they can find some time with their kids. So it's about, I think dad is the one who has to make the change.
So I guess maybe another way to say that is just that, working all day, every day doesn't really help anyone.
Yeah, true. So there is one example that we found in Germany. So fathers, they never work overtime, like seldom work overtime, because they think working overtime doesn't improve their productivity. And there's no efficiency in working overtime. So if they sacrifice their family life for their job, this can be one way of showing their irresponsibility. So I think, we think this is the way that we can learn from them.
Just for any dads out there that are listening, can you maybe just give us a little bit of a sense? I mean, I'm sure that this is something that your organization has looked at. Why is it so important for dads to, play a big role in the lives of their children?
Mm-hmm. There is one interesting thing that we found in this survey. So the children didn't know much about their father either. And they know just the basic information about their dad, such as their occupation, mobile number, their birthday, etc. So they have absolutely no clue about their dad's favorite food or hobbies. And I don't think that's a good sign, for the relationships between the dads and kids. So because of this, we just say just talk to your child every day about what went well and what was difficult is really important. And just, cherish the time when you get together for a family meal and spend some, quality time together. And that's the main thing that we want the parents or the dad to focus on.
And how do you think that changes the child's experience growing up?
Oh, okay. So with this, the dad will know more about their kids, and so make the kids feel that dad cares about them. So, we think that dad's company plays a very important role in their life, and this could be their best memory, throughout their growing period.
All right. Well, we have been talking to Yini Huang with the Child Welfare League Foundation. Yini, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
You're welcome.
That's it for the show today. If you like what we're doing here, please do take a moment to rate and review the show on iTunes. Lets us know what you're thinking and helps other people discover the program. Thanks for listening. For Taiwan Talk, I'm Keith Manconi.